Good morning everyone. In previous video we studied about the role of the parliament, what is parliament and who are their representatives. In this video we will be studying today the functions of parliament, which is the most important part of this chapter. So concentrate in this video and study well and understand well. Okay, so first function is legislative function. Now what is this legislative function? The parliament makes laws on the subjects listed in the union list. It can also make laws on the subjects listed under the concurrent list. Now what is this union list? Union list is those lists in which only the central government is eligible to make the laws. Okay, only the government of India can make the laws in the union list. Okay, and it can also make laws on the subject listed under the concurrent list, means those lists which are eligible to made by the state government or the union government. In the matters which are given to both the governments, in that case also the government of India can make the laws, because they are having the matter for their both of the states. Okay, so in this there is any conflict or overlapping in the provisions existing in the union or the state enactment, the union law prevails. Now what happens if there is any conflict or overlapping in the cases of state or the union government? The union law will only prevail at the last. Okay, so in case when an emergency has been declared, the union parliament can also make laws on subjects that fall within the state list. Now this is the exception in which if an emergency is imposed in the country, then the union parliament has the right to make the laws which are eligible in the state list also. Means in the condition of emergency, the union parliament has the power to make laws on the subjects that fall within the state list. Okay, जो भी पावर्स अगर स्टेट के अंदर हैं और अगर इमरजेंसी है तो यूनियन गवर्नमेंट के पास अधिकार है कि वो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के सब्जेक्ट्स पे भी लॉ बना सकती हैं. ओके, सेकेंड इज़ फाइनेंशियल कंट्रोल. Union Parliament has exclusive power to provide ways and means through which revenue has to be raised for public services. To that end, it imposes taxes and also ensures that the money sanctioned for expenditure for various departments of the government has been spent for the authorized purposes only. Okay, so financial control means the Union Parliament has the power to impose tax on the people, to collect the revenue from the public, and it also sees that the money sanctioned for expenditure of various departments, for example education department, transport department or power department, they have to see that the money which is sanctioned for that department, it is utilized in that department by the authorized persons or not. Okay, next is providing and exercising control over cabinet. What happens, our parliament system blends the legislative and the executive organs of the state, is as much the executive power is wielded by a group of members of the legislature who command majority in the Lok Sabha. What happens, parliament system has three things. Okay, first is legislative, executive and judiciary. So the state in as much as executive power is wielded by a group of members of the legislative who command majority in the Lok Sabha. The people who are having the majority in the Lok Sabha, they command all the powers, and the executive who are under the legislative, they implement those laws. Okay, next is critical assessment of the work of the cabinet. The other function is that the parliament provides the forum through which the ensured that the cabinet remains in power only as much as it commands majority support in the Lok Sabha, which comprises elected representatives of the people. Means parliament also ensures that the majorities of the people, the party which has the majority, has the power to take the decisions, and those decisions will be only implemented by the executives. Okay, it is one of the most functions of the parliament to bring about discussions and critical assessment of the performance of government departments. Okay, so the opposition parties sometimes raises the questions regarding the allocation of budget or the expenditures which are done by the government. So it is the duty of the government which is in power to answer those questions about the funds and also the policies of the government. Next is role of opposition. As you all know, in the democracy, the opposition plays a vital role. Okay, the existence of opposition also ensures that the nation gets to know about the alternative points of view. It means that whatever the government policies are there, alternative to that, the opposition also has some ideas or views which they can discuss in the parliament. Okay, because it is not necessary that only the government policies are always correct. Okay, so there are alternative ideas provided by the opposition parties also. An organ of information. Okay, parliament is the most powerful organ. So far information about the functioning of the government is concerned. Okay, in what happens regarding information, the parliament also plays a vital role in the democracy. Okay, the information provided in the houses is authoritative and ministers are bound to provide informations on matters of government when so desired by the members. Like I told you earlier also, those policies or those decisions which are taken by the government are entitled to be answered by them only if any opposition parties or any of the ministers ask about those policies or the allocation of those budgets, expenditures or the revenues collected by the government. So government is bound, or the concerned minister is bound to answer all these questions. Okay, next is constitutional functions. Now what is constitutional functions? The power to amend the constitution vests with the parliament. Okay, there are some specific conditions or situation in which the constitution can also be, the constitution of India can also be made amended. Okay, what are those conditions? Constitution amendments have to be passed by each house by a majority of total membership as well as by 2/3 majority of members present in voting. Okay, what happens? There are Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So the first of those amendments which are exposed in the Lok Sabha, that has to be passed in the Lok Sabha by the majority of members, means more than half, and also total membership as well as by the 2/3 majority of members present in voting. The people who are voting, in that person's 2/3 people should vote in the favor of those amendments. Okay, then only the amendments will be passed to the president for the final agreement. Okay, next is judicial functions. What is judicial function? Parliament has the exclusive power to impeach the president and remove judges of the Supreme Court and the High Court through a prescribed procedure. Like you all know, president can be removed through the procedure of impeachment. Likewise, only the Supreme Court judges or the High Court judges can also be removed by the prescribed procedure in the parliament. So this is the judicial function of the parliament. Okay, next is elective functions. What are those elective functions? Elected members of Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha constitute the electoral college for the election of vice president. Okay, means for the election of vice president, the members of Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha vote, not the general public votes. Okay, along with elected members of state legislature form the electoral college for the election of office of the president. Okay, means the persons which we vote in the assembly elections, those people votes in the elections for the vice president. Okay, and also for the office of president also. The president can also by legislation create new states or make changes in the existing boundaries of the states. So the parliament has the power to make new states also, or also to make changes in the boundaries of the state, means which till where the state boundaries has to be there, that will be termed, that will be that can also be that can also be said as the parliament has the power to make changes in the existing boundaries of the states. Okay, thank you.